this is back in the day. This is right after I had dropped out of high school and went full-time stealing cars. Um, my aunt had bought a house in the South in some kind of a auction where they didn't pay the taxes or some kind of thing. And it was like on a plantation, like it used to be back in the 1800s, you know. It wasn't the main house. It was like the sub house, like the one you give your son or some kind of thing, you know, but it was still 4,000 square feet. The house was huge. And so she was trying to modernize where she was going to live in it because, you know, it had old stuff in it. She did like 1970s, somebody had put toilets and fixtures in and stuff, you know, that stuff, the green and all kind of crazy stuff. So she pulled the medicine cabinet out the wall, get ready to put a new one in. So she cut the hole and make it bigger. And she finds something balled up in the wall. It's a paper or something. So she reached there, pulled paper out, she unrolled it. She find out it's some Confederate money. And it's like something stupid. And I kept one or two of them, you know, back in the day. And it's like a 50-cent bill. You know, they had money for 50 cents, you know, paper money, I guess, back then. So she calls us due from the Historical Society. He comes down, you know, and she don't let him know that she's got more bills in the wall, you know. So dude comes, he looks at the bill, and he was like, oh, wow. And he was intrigued by it. And he's looking at it, and he's doing like this, doing like that. And he says, lady, I'll give you $100 for this bill right now. So she gets excited because she knows the wall is full of what looks like a whole bunch of these bills. This dude was a banker or something, right? Try to hide the money. So dude in the Historical Society gives her $100. And back then, that was $100. I mean, 1989, 91, 92, boom, $100 was $100. Big money back then. So dude takes off. She gets on the phone. She starts calling people. And I had, you know, nothing but times I wasn't going to school no more. You know, she said, oh, yeah, Nip, you got to come on down. Your family calls me Nipsey. They don't call me Jigaboo. So my grandfather. But anyway, so she calls up and says, come on down. She tells me what the deal is. Come down here, bust these holes open in this wall, you know, bring a sledgehammer, you know, so you could bust the holes in the wall and get some of this money out. So we're like, oh, yeah, go get some money. So we down there, man. A couple of cousins showed up, you know, she flew people in, you know. And we got to work, boy. I mean, this house was nice and pristine inside. We start busting holes. We laughing. We yelling, bop, 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 busting holes and shit. And we were covering all kinds of money. We're putting the money out. We straightening it out. It was all balled up, straightening it out. And then my aunt's cousin went there with an iron and was flattening the money out so it looks as good as possible. So when we call these people back, we get top dollar, right? So we doing this all weekend, man. We busting holes, boy. And everybody is in good spirits. And this is my family. Well, people that normally get along, everybody got smiles, smiling their asses off. I mean, they were like, bam, everybody, bam, got a little music playing, busting holes in the walls and taking the money out and all. Everybody have a good time, man. And it took 3 card tables stacked up to get all the money out. Short. We had a lot of money stacked up, bro. Everybody was mentally counting the money in their heads, and everybody gonna be a millionaire. Everybody happy as a motherfucker. I ain't never seen my family get along like this. I mean, people high-fiving each other. What's going on? Yeah, motivating each other, busting holes in the wall. Man, we fucked this house up. I mean, there wasn't a wall that didn't have a hole in it. We busted the hell out of this, boy. So anyway, man, we tore the place up. We stacked all the money up on the tables. She calls the curator man back on Monday. And, you know, everybody standing there happy. You know, we got 3 card tables full of this money laid out, man. And we were like, man, if she got 100 for 50 cents, where's he going to do when he sees the 100 bills? Like, we happy as hell. Dude comes in, and his old pot-belly redneck dude come up the way there, and he come up, and he steps up on the front porch, and he can see the inside of the place here where the grand stairway and all other stuff, holes busted all in the walls. You know, I mean, just like an abandoned house would look, right? And so he's looking at the holes in the wall. Then he looks off to the side of the porch. He sees all the money stacked up. And my aunt's there, boy, she got a pride look on her face. She's smiling, boy, because she know we like, give it to us in hundreds, dog. Just stack it up at the end of the porch, right? So dude looks at her, And he's all, lady, you didn't bust all these holes in these walls, pull all these bills out, did you? And she said, every show we did, we spent the whole weekend. We went through the whole house and pulled out as many of these as we could. And the guy said, ooh, oh Lord, I wish you ought not have done that, lady. And I'm thinking, because now we saturating the market. It might bring the price down because we got so much of this stuff. It's not gonna be worth as much. Turns out, dude was like, yeah, lady, this money here, the reason why I gave you the 100 for that 50-cent note was because it completed my personal collection. Otherwise, this money's worthless. That's why they would ball it up and throw it in the walls and use it for installation. You could have heard a pin drop, dog. You could have heard a pin drop. Everybody's disappointed as a motherfucker. And just like that, the family didn't get along as good again. It went right back to normal. What you think about that? Would your family react the same way? Would you guys have done the same thing? And what do you think that we remember? This was like back in the day. There was no internet you get on the search to see what it was worth. Dude just gave you $100 for a 50-cent note. You thinking, man, I'm rich, boy. I'm rich. I'm buying a yacht. But man, look, she didn't have the money to fix the place back up right away. So yeah, I flew back to LA, went back to stealing cars. That's just real life.